Alright guys, here's another one of my guitars. This is my Fender Player Series Precision Bass. Full disclaimer, I wasn't originally a bass player. I was just a guitar player for years, but because I play in churches, I sort of got dragged into becoming a bass player against my will. So basically what happened was I was on tour with Circuit Riders, and when I was on second leg, they didn't have a bass player for their band. So they basically asked me to fill in. And at the time, I just used like a Squire PJ bass. Very basic, very cheap, just got the job done. But a few years later, I was like, man, it'd be really nice to just have a high quality, nice sounding bass. So I got this one. And I got it in a maple neck instead of rosewood because I wanted something that sounds a little more brash. And to its credit, this bass sounds very brash, almost a little too brash, if I'm being honest. Like, it doesn't really have any warmness to it for me. But what happened was I bought it and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'll just jam with it at home. It'll be nice. And then, like, coincidentally, like around the same time that I bought it, my associate pastor at my church asked me if I would be interested in filling in on the bass for our church band because our worship leader had just stepped down and he played bass like for every service. So we didn't have any bass players. And so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And he got this idea in his head that I had bought this bass specifically to play in that band, which if you're watching this, Pastor Aaron, that is not the case at all, and I'm sorry that you felt misled in that way. I got this for myself, just for fun. It just so happened that I put it to good use, like, immediately. But anyway, I've been playing this guitar in my church's worship band for about 3.5 years. If you ever watch the live stream at my church, this is the bass you'll see me playing occasionally. Interestingly enough, I've never had to change the strap locks on this one like I have with my guitars. It has fallen down before, but I usually just put it back on and it stays long term. Funny story though, there was this one time, it was Easter Sunday at my church, and we got like 500 people there because it's like our biggest service of the year. And I'm playing this guitar and I'm just like going really hardcore. I'm like jumping and dancing, and what happened was, it was so embarrassing. I jumped so hard that I landed on my instrument cable and it just jerked the cable right out of the instrument port, and it just ripped it right off. So I couldn't even plug it back in, and we were live, like we were in front of the crowd playing when this happened, and the sound guy was trying to flag me down. I was like, Devin, could you plug your guitar back in? And I couldn't. I was just up there like faking it, and I couldn't do anything about it. And so finally, like right in the middle of the worship set, he had to go and get me a backup bass from backstage, and I played that. And yeah, after that, I tried to tone it down with the jumping. There's actually a lot of art that goes into the punk rock jump. You know, you have to do it very carefully because you're carrying a big heavy instrument and you don't want to break your instrument while you're doing it, but you also want to be able to continue playing as you're jumping. And it's a lot easier. It's not as easy as some people make it look. But anyway, I guess the only thing I don't like about this guitar, which is not its fault, is, like I said, it's just too brash. It doesn't really get a lot of that underlying warm tone that you would get from a rosewood guitar, but I can't fault it for that because there's not really anything it can do about it. I really should just get one that has a rosewood neck someday, but I really love this guitar and I play it on everything, that I record on this channel. It's just my go-to bass. Tone's great. Pick attack's great. Really great for establishing rhythm along with the drums. Definitely not selling it. We'll probably keep using it. We'll see what happens if I ever get another bass that has a rosewood neck. But anyway, see you guys next time.